Before you spend a single euro on Claude Code, watch this. There are two plans people argue about. The cheap one, around $20 a month, and the big one, up to $200. And almost every beginner thinks the same thing. To do this seriously, I need the expensive one. That is wrong, and it can cost you real money for months. Here is the truth. The cheap plan already gives you the full Claude Code, the same agent, the same power. And by the end, I'll tell you the one number that decides which plan you actually need, not the price, a number about you. Let's look at the real plans. This is the actual pricing page. Don't worry, I'll turn it into plain words. There are three plans: Free, Pro, and Max. Free costs nothing. It's great for just chatting with Claude in your browser. But here's the catch for us. Claude Code, the agent that writes files for you, starts on the paid plan. So free is for trying Claude, not for building. Next is Pro.
This is the one people call the $20 plan. On the page it says 15 euros a month. Close enough. This is the plan that unlocks Claude Code. This is where you actually start building. And Pro gives you more than the agent. It opens up more of Claude's models to choose from, which matters in a minute. Then there's Max, the big one. It starts around 90 euros, and the top version climbs toward $200. People call it the $200 plan. Inside, it's the same Claude Code. So remember the shape. Free to try, Pro to build, Max for heavy users. Three plans, one clear ladder. So what does the $200 plan give you that the $20 one doesn't? This is the most important part. And the answer surprises people. It is not a smarter Claude. It is not a secret, better agent. What you pay more for is usage. How much you can do before you hit a limit. What does hitting a limit even mean? Simple. You work with Claude, and after a lot of back and forth, it says, "That's enough for now. Come back in a while." On the cheap plan, that limit is smaller. On Max, it's much bigger. That is the real difference you're paying for. Time before the pause. Nothing about the quality of the work. Think of a phone plan. The same phone, the same network. You just pay for more minutes. A bigger plan doesn't make your calls sound better. It just lets you talk longer. Max is the same idea. The page says it plainly. Max gives you 5 times, or 20 times, more usage than Pro. It also gives higher limits on long tasks, earlier access to new features, and priority when the servers are busy. But read that again. More usage, not more power. The Claude Code you get on the $20 plan is the same tool. So when does someone actually need Max? When they code all day, every day, and keep hitting the limit. That is a professional who already knows they need it. If that were you, you wouldn't be watching a beginner video. So for now, the expensive plan solves a problem you don't have yet. Now, models. Inside Claude Code, you can pick which brain does the work. You'll hear 3 names: Opus, Sonnet, and Haiku. Don't let the names scare you. They're just 3 levels of the same family. Here's a picture. Think about hiring help for a job. Sometimes you need the top expert. Expensive, a bit slow, but brilliant on the hard stuff. Sometimes you need a solid all-rounder. Fast enough, cheap enough, good at almost everything. And sometimes you just need a quick pair of hands for simple, repeated work. Opus is the top expert, the most powerful, and the most expensive to run. Sonnet is the all-rounder, the balance of smart and fast. Haiku is the quick hands,
The fastest and the cheapest. New models come out often, and the names may change. Next year, some of these names might be gone, but the idea stays the same. There will always be a powerful one, a balanced one, and a fast, cheap one. So don't try to memorize a list.
Just learn the 3 levels, and you'll always know which one you're looking at.
So, which one do you actually use?
Good news, you barely have to think about it. By default, Claude Code picks a smart, balanced model for you. For most beginners, that default is exactly right. Leave it alone. But here's where you switch if you ever want to. Inside Claude Code, there's a small menu. You type a short command, and a list pops up. Switch model. You'll see the options right there. This is that menu. Now, a simple rule of thumb. For everyday building, the balanced model, Sonnet, is your home base. Ask it to build a small app, fix a normal bug, add a button, and it just handles it. That's most of your work right there. When you hit something really hard, a nasty bug that won't die, a big messy project with lots of moving parts, switch up to Opus, the expert. Give the hard thing to the strongest brain. Then switch back down when you're done, because the expert costs more of your usage. You don't keep the expert on the clock for easy jobs. And the fast, cheap one, Haiku, is for simple, bulk work. Renaming things, quick fixes, tiny tasks where you don't need deep thinking. It's the model you reach for when you just want speed. Here's the honest version. As a beginner, you can ignore all of this for weeks. The default works. Just knowing the switch is there is enough. When your project grows and the default starts to struggle, you'll remember there is a stronger gear, and you know where to find it. Now the question that quietly scares a lot of people. What computer do I need for this? Do I need an expensive, powerful machine? Here is the best news in this whole video. No, you don't. And here's why. When Claude thinks and writes your code, it doesn't run on your computer. It runs on powerful machines far away in the cloud. Your laptop is just the window you look through. Think of a video call. The heavy work happens somewhere else. Your screen just shows you the result. So a simple, cheap laptop is enough.
An old one is enough. If it can open a web browser and play a video, it can run Claude Code. What you really need is boring. A working laptop, Windows or Mac. A steady internet connection. That's it, no expensive graphics card. No 16 gigabytes of memory, no monster machine. Nobody has to upgrade anything to start. The kind of laptop people warn you about, the one you need for gaming or heavy video editing, you don't need any of that here. So if you've been telling yourself you'll begin once you buy a better computer, stop. The computer you have right now is already good enough. The cloud does the heavy lifting. So, decision time. Let's make it simple. Remember that one number I promised? Here it is. How many hours a day will you really spend coding? Be honest. As a beginner, the true answer is, not many yet. An hour here, a few evenings there. And that number decides everything. Because the $20 Pro plan is built exactly for that.
Enough usage to learn, to build real little projects, to have fun. For almost every beginner watching this, the answer is simple. Start with Pro. The $20 plan. Don't touch Max yet. You'd be paying for a highway while you're still learning to drive. Later, if you find yourself coding for hours every day and hitting the limit, then, and only then, look at Max. The plan should follow your usage, not your excitement. So here's your clean setup. Get Pro. Leave the model on default. Use the laptop you already own. That's the whole thing. No overpaying. Look what just happened. You almost bought the $200 plan for no reason. Now you know. The cheap plan gives you the full Claude Code. The default model is enough. And your current laptop already works. And you saved yourself real money for the months ahead. That's the whole point of starting smart. I'm building this whole path here from scratch, one video at a time. Setup, your first project, real apps that make money. It's a playlist course, in order, so nothing gets skipped. Subscribe so you don't lose your place. In the next video, we open Claude Code and build our first real thing. It's right here,